What's up, poker players? Hope you guys are out there killing it on the tables. Back to catching up on our sessions and reviewing this one from December, where we played over 4,000 hands, lost $122 at a small loss rate of 1.07 big blinds per 100 hands. Let's jump right into the action and take a look at some of these hands. First hand we're looking at is at the 100 NL table. We have ace queen suited playing from the big blind. Folds to the cutoff, who opens to 3x. Button makes a call, and we have the option to fold, call, or raise in this spot. Disaster Report is a recreational player. Looks like the same from J Smith 84. So we definitely want to be putting in a 3-bet here, making it $13. And we get a call from Disaster Report as well as J Smith. There's already $39.50 in the pot, and we have 86 left in the effective stack of Disaster Report. Flop is ace high rainbow. We have top pair queen kicker, and decide to just check on a very dry board here. Let's try to induce a bluff from Disaster Report, who bets almost 80% of flops. Does not disappoint, bets 14.32, and we just make a call here not to give away the value of our hand quite yet. Let's try to suck out as much money from Disaster Report as possible, who has the tendency to bet a lot, and a lot of the hands that this player is going to be betting we will be way ahead of. Check again on the turn. Let's try to induce some more bluffs. This time Disaster Report bets $26, about 1/3 pot, and we just make a call here. The board pairs on the river, and I'd still like our showdown value with the ace queen. Didn't think we were going to be seeing a 6-9 offsuit in this spot. I still think we have a lot of value here and can bet for value from a player who now has a 0% fold to river bets and slows down on a lot of the hands that they probably were bluffing with. So let's try to cash in on that 0% fold to river bets. None of the draws really got there. If they did have something like 7-8, they did, but we're probably going to get called from a lot of the aces out there, maybe some 9s out there. Maybe they have a pair above 9s but below aces that they would be making a call with here. We're only really losing to ace king, ace 9, maybe ace 6. Didn't think 9-6 is going to be in there. Maybe a 7-8, but we're going to get calls from a lot of hands, and a lot of hands that we are way ahead of. So we bet the rest, and we do get called, and we see that the running 6s connected with Disaster Report. That was just one of those hands where we got unlucky. I'm not too upset with the way we played it. I think we are going to be in the lead here a majority of the time, and this will be a winning play in the long run. Now we have pocket aces at the 100 NL table, playing from under the gun +2. Under the gun limps, we put in a $5 raise. We get called by MyCrazy87. You might remember this player from the last video. We got in a lot of big hands, and they are definitely crazy. So Lasso makes a call from under the gun, and flop is queen high two-tone, 2 hearts out there, a very draw heavy board. So Lasso checks. We put in a continuation bet of half pot. MyCrazy87 3-bets us, makes it 24 to go, and we did see how crazy they were in the last video. We either have to be playing this one all the way down, or we are folding in this spot, and I think that MyCrazy87 is going to be making this play with a lot of draws, as well as maybe just some queens. So I make the call. The king of diamonds is not a great card for us. Some of the straight draws got there. A king queen now got there. So we check, and we are pot committed here, so let's let them bluff away the possible flush draws, the straight draws that missed, or whatever this crazy player might try to do here on the turn. And they jam all in. We still do have a draw to the nuts with the jack on the river, and we did pot commit ourselves with the call on the flop. So we make the call here and see that we are up against a flop set. Not great for us. We need an ace or a jack, and we can't get there, and we wind up giving some money back to MyCrazy87. This time we have pocket kings at the 100 NL table. We get an open from under the gun, and we get a 3-bet from Pork Taco to our right. Put in a 4-bet with the kings. We get called by the cutoff. That's a little suspect. folds back to Pork Taco, who makes a call, and we see a three-way flop, already $64 in the pot. Flop is Jack High two-tone. We have the backdoor club draw, as well as the kings over the board. This flop doesn't connect with a lot of the hands that are going to be calling 4-bets in this spot. It does hit pocket jacks. That is one hand we are afraid of, but that is really about it. But I must have read something into just the call from Raise This, so I elect to check on the flop, which could be a mistake, but we do get a bet from Raise This, who has a pretty high bet percentage on the flop. Maybe that's why I checked back to try to induce some bluffs from this player, who might be putting in a bluff with something like Ace King, Ace Queen, that would be calling a 4-bet in that spot. Pork Taco calls, and we also call. We are now one card from the flush, but hands like Ace Queen of clubs now got there. Pork Taco jams the rest of their chips in. I guess still left 450 back, but pretty much jam the rest of their chips in there. We make a call. Raise This gets the rest in. Pork Taco makes a call. We can't be folding here in this spot. Getting 67-1 odds. Make the call. We are up against pocket aces and a gut shot, and we only have outs to a king going into the river, which does not happen. And Pork Taco takes it down with the rivered gut shot. I guess double gut shot with either a 9 or a 5 on the river, winning this $300+ hand. Interesting play by Pork Taco, and it worked out this time, busting the kings and the aces. And once again, we have pocket aces at the 100 NL table. 9 players being dealt into this hand. Folds around to us in the cutoff, and we open to $3 3x, and we get 3-bet by My Crazy 87. Back at it again in another hand with My Crazy 87, except this time we have the best possible starting hand. We know that My Crazy 87 refuses to fold to 4-bets, so we can easily put in a 4-bet. We could probably even make it bigger than $27. That's pretty small, but we do get a call from My Crazy 87, and there's already $54.50 in the pot. 110.20 left in the effective stack, and flop is Jack High two-tone. We have the backdoor nut flush draw, as well as aces over the board again. My Crazy 87 checks. We continuation bet $28, 1/2 pot, and we get min raised on a very draw heavy board. And it's tough to put My Crazy 87 on a small range here. Their range is very wide, having high 3-bet percentages and never folding to a 4-bet. So they could have a lot of the draws out there. They could have a pair over the board, or they could have a hand like pocket 9s or pocket jacks, but those are the only 2 hands that we are behind right here. So I get the rest of our chips in. They make a call, and I see that we are up against pocket jacks. They hit a set on the flop. We need to go runner spades or hit a ace on the turn or river. Turn is the deuce of clubs, and we do hit an ace on the river. Ace from space, giving us the $275 pot. That was a crazy hand. I love it. And now we are looking at pocket kings at the 200 NL table. We are playing from the small blind. 7 players being dealt into this hand, and we get an open from under the gun +1. Putting in a 3-bet from the small blind, make it 22 to go. 3.66x the open, and we get a call, and we see a dry flop of queen high rainbow. Check the flop, and our opponent checks back. Turn is the 5 of spades. This time we bet half pot, and we get a call from our opponent, and the river is the king of clubs, giving us top set. That is the money card for us, and we have the option to check the river and try to induce some bluffs from flushes that missed, maybe straights that missed, but we decide to continue betting, make it 42, a little bit less than half pot, and we get a jam into us. If they do have a 6-7 that they slow played on the turn, they win this hand, but that is the only hand we are losing to here. I doubt a 6-7 would be in the 3-bet calling range, but you never know from players like this. You definitely want to be mixing that into your game, but we can also see that our opponent has won 0% of showdown showdowns when 3-betting. That being said, I think this is a very easy call. Not that I would ever fold in this spot, but I do make the call, and we see that we actually got lucky on the river with the king. That is back-to-back rivered sets for the win, back-to-back 2-outers for some very large pots. I swear that never happens, but I'm definitely enjoying that happening in this session and in this video. That's pretty incredible. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you have not done that yet. If you are subscribed, turn your notifications on by clicking the bell. Head down to the video description for links to all the poker products that I use, all of which have a free trial that you can get when clicking through the links down there. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it as much as I did. You gotta love river 2-outers. Looking forward to those comments and questions in the comment section below, and I will be back soon with a new video. But until then, I'll see you guys out on the virtual felt.